Apurva, we could also see in days to come some arrests being made because the police now very sure that the intent, as one can see on the screen, also was to cause severe damage. Thankfully, that did not take place. However, a very serious angle has now come to the fore, and this is something similar that was seen in the Coimbatore blasts a few days back. Do you believe that we could also see some kind of arrests taking place in days to come? The police, along with the central agencies, will now try to go and find out exactly who the person was, what are the connections, and is there a possibility of something similar happening in Mangaluru in days to come?
Well, that's right. In fact, we are seeing that this is not just one such case that has come to light. In fact, even while speaking about the Coimbatore blast that had taken place, we also saw how the police, after preliminary investigation, were able to ascertain that.
Now, the main accused in the case is a passenger who boarded the auto. He was carrying a pressure cooker which exploded. He's been injured, and this passenger is now getting treated in a hospital. The Aadhaar card which the passenger was carrying is fake, and the details of some other person were on the Aadhaar card. The police had tracked the person whose details are mentioned in the Aadhaar card. As of now, he is not found to be involved in this act of terror. Police is trying to verify the original identity of the accused passenger. They are also doing background check on the accused. Apurva, a lot of background check is taking place now. The police have found the person whose details were found out. This person was carrying the details of some other person, and you were also pointing towards the fact that a fake Aadhaar card has been found on this person. He, however, is being the accused, is in the hospital. Do you believe the next step for the police possibly could be to be in the hospital and to speak with this passenger and to get as much details as possible?
Well, what we do know of the information in hand is that there has been a fake Aadhaar card that has been accessed by the injured person, also who had been carrying the said, the said bag in question that had caused the blast in that auto. He is being currently treated at the local hospital there, along with the auto driver who had also got injured. We do know that the police have also tracked down the person whose details were on that said Aadhaar card, and they have been able to verify that the person's name and details that had been given on the said Aadhaar card was not involved in this blast that had taken place yesterday. So now the next step of action for the police is likely to ascertain where this person is from, which area that does he belong to, is he even from Mangaluru or not. All of these details that will be put into question right now after the alleged accused who is also injured will be getting treatment. So all eyes there on Mangaluru, as this incident has not only caused a spark but also a tear of worry as well, because this what police say is sources also say that this is very similar to that had happened just a few weeks back in Coimbatore. So a lot of these things that are being questioned as to who was the person in question who had been inside the auto, his details that are yet to be verified by the police officials. Why was there fake Aadhaar cards that were being carried by the person in question? Also, to see if this was just a one-off incident, and if this, what was the original destination of the said carrier of the bag that was set to that had accidentally been set off in the auto itself. So all of these questions that do remain unanswered, but the police on their side completely looking into the investigation. The bomb squad and central agencies also having been deployed.
Right. Now, Praveen Sood, Karnataka DGP, is joining me on the phone line. Mr. Sood, at the moment it looks like this was an act of terror. Do you also believe that this is an act of terror? There was an explosion which is being found in a pressure cooker.
Yes, we have definite reasons to believe that it is not an innocuous kind of a blast, but it was an act of terror. And the main suspect as of now is the person who himself was carrying this pressure cooker which had some explosives. Of course, the real nature of explosive will be known when the experts visit. They are already on the spot and they are visiting it. This passenger, who is the prime suspect, is injured himself. He has almost 40% burn, so he is not in a position to speak. But as I have mentioned, that because he was carrying a masked identity, a fake identity, to confuse the investigating agencies. And we have some leads, overnight investigations, that he has masked his real identity. The intentions were not very good, and that's why we have reasons to believe that it is an act of terror.
Mr. Sood, you are also talking about the fact that this passenger who was in the auto, at the moment, he is in the hospital. Do you also believe that now maybe the next course of action could be to get as much information from him? We also believe the person whose Aadhaar card the passenger was carrying, you have identified that person.
Yes, the person whose Aadhaar card was stolen, we have verified, so he does not seem to have any involvement in this. But this person, as I said, is injured at the moment, but we have definite clues about his movements and his, in the past few months, and which gives us a very fair amount of confidence that he was involved in a terrorist activity.
Mr. Sood, there are also similarities which are being drawn between the blast that has taken place in Mangaluru and the blast that took place in Coimbatore. At the moment, are you finding any clues that are joining both the blasts?
See, it's too early for me to say anything conclusively. We are in a very initial stage of investigation, and we are in touch with all the central agencies. As and when we establish the identity beyond doubt, we will be able to give much more details.
At the moment, Mr. Sood, so it seems like the central agencies have also been roped in, and from what it seems like, from prima facie, this blast was intended to cause a lot of damage. The passenger who was carrying it is in the hospital.
That's right.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Sood. Karnataka Home Minister has spoken about the blast. Listen into what he had to say.
ನಿನ್ನೆ ದಿನ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಕ್ಷಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿನ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಸ್ಥಿತಿನಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಇದರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ಭೇದಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಅನೇಕ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇದರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ. ಭಯೋತ್ಪಾದನಾ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಇವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳು ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಭದ್ರತಾ ಪಡೆಯವರ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತುಕತೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಜಂಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಒಂದೆರಡು ದಿವಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ವಿಚಾರ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ.